I'm Brian Anderson, courtside with the postseason in our sights now. What's more important to have, home court advantage or momentum, Grant?
I'd argue both, B.A. I mean, if I had to choose one, I'd say momentum, just because you want to be peaking at the right time heading into the playoffs.
Here are the starters for Utah. Williams is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Bailey. Then there's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh, and it's shooting guard. Here's Collier. Pass to Sensabaugh. Drops in the layup for two.
And coming out swinging and hitting the game's first bucket.
And that begins what should be a terrific battle between these teams.
Now here's Holmgren, a go-to option for this team. He puts up nearly 17 a game. Here's Sensabaugh, out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball. It might not always show up on the stat sheet, but Lou Dort is one of the most feared defenders around, Legs.
Well, he's built like a middle linebacker, and he brings a high level of physicality. B.A., there's a reason he's earned the nickname the Dorture Chamber.
Holmgren, the pass to Williams. Dort outside. Three-pointer off the mark.
3 attempts from the field with nothing to show for it, but they should settle it soon.
And Williams punches it home.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
SGA looking around. Outside, Williams. Here's the three. The rebound by Filipowski.
Still nothing after 4 shot attempts. They're desperate to see something fall through the net.
Pass to Collier. Here's Bailey. Utah moving the ball around. Williams passes to Bailey. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good. 2 points.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
And SGA gets it to go.
Well, defending SGA, this is what it's about. He can set you up and then break you down.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Holmgren against Williams. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Collier, no good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 3-point game. Their last meeting was in this building. They were able to come out on top.
The last time out, they barely captured a win against this team, and it came down to some key turnovers.
Now here's Williams. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers.
And another key for them was his rebounding. Just a great effort.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and that misses. That would have put him up.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Down low. Here's Williams. Great D that time from Holmgren. The Thunder have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, this is a big part of SGA's game, drawing fouls, and he's an outstanding free throw shooter.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the game now.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And I think when you look at the growth that SGA has shown over the last few years, really incredible. He has developed into one of the best players in this league.
Here's what Oklahoma City's going with right now. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wallace comes in for Jalen Williams. And Isaiah Joe subbed in for Dort. And it's tied up with that one.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
Love, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Love. Puts up a 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace outside. Nails it from 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. Good to have you with us on this Easter Sunday. We're ready for more of the NBA on 2K Sports. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
When you spread the floor and force defenses to close out to the three-point line, it's going to create driving lanes.
Chet Holmgren out there with Cason Wallace. And it's Isaiah Joe, and it's Williams, and it's Mitchell in at the one. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Well, Grant, you look up and down this Thunder roster. It is just loaded with winning players.
Yeah, B.A., guys who are going to make the right play, defend their spot, move without the ball. I mean, they've built something special in OKC, piece by piece.
Here's Wallace, following the bucket by the Jazz, launches it. The rebound by Chandler. Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. Shot's good by Henson.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Thunder trail by 4. And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Coming into this, having notched to win against the Lakers in their last game.
And in that one, the bench came to play. Gave the team a bunch of points and energy to put them over the top.
Well, the bench changed the game. What a shot in the arm to this offense. That second unit was incredible.
Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Mitchell. The Jazz making a switch here. Well, few descriptions more glowing than saying a player is clutch. What, in your opinion, Grant, enables a player to be that way?
You know, B.A., it's about confidence and command. When you're able to process and execute under the pressure, both internal and external, that's when you have a chance to be clutch.
Now here's SGA. He had 28 points in the win against the Lakers.
But he also had an impact as a facilitator, generating offense for others.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively, and their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
Williams against Williams. Here's Bailey, coming off a 22-point game against the Rockets in Houston. Sinks it from distance. Bailey's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
To the inside. Holmgren for 2.
And you know, as a roller, Holmgren shows great hands, and he makes nice adjustments moving downhill.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has made the move from star to superstar, Grant.
Well, no question, B.A. He's been a superstar for quite a few seasons now, but he's not satisfied and just continues to elevate his game year after year.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the 3 by Utah, and the basket by Joe.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So for Oklahoma City, Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Lou Dort in for Joe. Then for Utah, Filipowski comes in for Love. And Sensabaugh subbed in for Conchar. There's a minute 17 left in the first half of this game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Outside, Williams. Here's Collier. 6 to shoot. Utah moving the ball around. For 3. Sensabaugh, no good. And it's Dort with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 3. They've got the Lakers ahead of them in their next game in Los Angeles. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road.
And Jalen Williams that time showed you that explosive athleticism.
Here's Sensabaugh. His last outing, he had 20. Williams on the wing. Tries it from 19. Hartenstein pulls it in. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 5 of their first 6 attempts to fall in the second. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Thunder lead by 1.
And that's exactly why Hartenstein has a very high career field goal percentage. These are the kinds of shots he's hunting.
Out to the right wing. Here's Sensabaugh to the paint. The kick out to Williams. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by a point. Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thanks. I'm joined by Coach Mark Dagnall. And, Coach, this has been a hard-fought game and high-powered at that. Thoughts?
Yeah, it was great offensively, and I thought we showed great resilience, just weathered the storm, settled into the game.
Keep up the great work.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
I think for the Jazz, they've wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not complete. This front office has some tough decisions to make.
Let's shift focus back to the Utah Jazz, who find little separation after one half of play.
You know what? They push the action, but also play within themselves. Show great execution.
And you know, that usually leads to a high field goal percentage, and that's exactly what's happened here. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Here's Collier. He's scoreless, and you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, B.A. You have two gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. They've got Williams. He's out there with Kyle Filipowski. Collier is out there with Bailey. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Bailey. And here is Williams. Here's Bailey. Give him 8 points now. Just 5 to shoot. Williams' shot is good. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Dort outside. Holmgren finds Williams. Oklahoma City gets it back. And it's Shea hitting the 3.
And Shea didn't need a lot of time to get that shot off. His feet were set, his hands were ready, and he let it fly.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So many kids dream of being a professional athlete, but when did that become a real goal of yours, Legs?
Well, B.A., honestly, about the age of 8, I thought I was headed for the major leagues. That all changed with a 7-inch growth spurt in one school year. Decided to try basketball for the first time, and man, am I glad I did.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Utah moving the ball around. Here's Collier. No points yet. 4 on the clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Hartenstein pulls it in.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
Pass to Holmgren from deep. They get it again. Outside for Dort. Williams looking around from behind the arc. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Thunder are a powerhouse without possessing a bunch of big-name stars. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, the front office does a good job of picking players to be a part of the organization, and Coach Mark Daigneault said, our job as a team is for the whole to be better than the sum of the parts. BA, back to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. Now, here's Williams. Left side SGA. Drills it from deep. And it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead.
Over the course of his career, the three-point shot has been a work in progress for SGA, but I like how it's looking right now.
Williams with it. He's covered by Holmgren, and he gets that one. Williams has gotten 4 this quarter.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Outside, SGA. Lets it go from deep. Oh, the long ball from Holmgren.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Bailey. Outside, Williams. And there's the screen. Here's Sensabaugh. Dort defending. Takes a 13-footer. He can't hit that time.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why. Oh, I love the ferocity on the drive. Williams doesn't lack confidence tearing towards the rim.
Here's Sensabaugh. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game. Tries it from the top of the key. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's Oklahoma City, ending the quarter up 10. What has them in front right now? By and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back after this word. This is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. Thunder leading by 10. They've got Cason Wallace, Chet Holmgren out there with Jalen Williams. Then it's Isaiah Joe, and it's Mitchell in at point guard. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Now here's Conchar. Pass to Collier. Beyond the arc. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Joe. Conchar pulls it in.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
And sometimes that's all you need to do to force that miss.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
Now here's Mitchell. Left side Joe. Here's Mikhailuk, covered by Joe. Love outside. Love, a screen on Mitchell. Now Love. Rebounded by Mitchell.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Now Holmgren. Wallace outside. He launches. Ooh, it misses. Jazz trail by 8. Oh, off target from downtown. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Holmgren.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Sinks it in the post.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Wallace. Lou Dort, he's checked in for Joe. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Mitchell. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach wanted to see more urgency when it came to closing out on shooters. He said, quote, right now we're jogging at them on the perimeter. It needs to be a sprint to run them off the line. We'll see if the guys have it in them.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Williams. Holmgren fires. Holmgren sinks it from the corner. Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort, look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels. They've got length, a whole lot of want-to, and they've got the ability to guard multiple positions.
Here's Sensabaugh. Quick two, all net.
They will take that shot every time down the floor if they could. It's just great execution.
Outside Dort. Here's Holmgren. Hartenstein with it. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And he nails it.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Thunder.
In today's game, you need to shoot it well from three. That was the difference maker.
Exactly. And the defense didn't rotate out quickly enough to disrupt their shooters.
No surprise, another victory for these guys who have been on a tear all year long. They've now won 62 games.
They had their number all year long. That 4-0 record says it all. They had the advantage in every crucial area.
And what a huge performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he did a great job involving everyone in the offense, setting guys up for scores, and the assist total shows it.
Here's Sensabaugh. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Jacks up a three. Holmgren there for the rebound. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And let's reveal our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.